everyone. Welcome to our show, The Untold, where we welcome special guests every day and we learn from their stories and their careers. She's saying it's been a wonderful time.
Likewise, same. Today is a very salesy session.
Very salesy session. Your profession and
Marketing is, I think.
they go hand in hand.
Yeah. I mean, every human is in sales, I guess. I'm sure we'll see what it means to be in a luxury hotel experience. Obviously, my sales is different than his.
Yes.
So I'm just looking forward to see what is sales in a hospitality perspective.
Absolutely. Let's not waste any time. Let's welcome our guest right after this.
We're back from a break and we can finally kick it off with a conversation with our guest today. Today we have with us Nizar Adel. Nizar Adel, it's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you very much. The shout is all mine.
I'm a big fan of sales. You come from a tremendous sales experience from the hospitality industry, is that right?
That's absolutely right.
I think the first question strikes is a lot of people might ask, why sales from the start?
Yeah.
What's the first step? What got you into this? Why not marketing? Why not anything else? Why sales?
Now, if we really look at it, we are all sales. I mean, in every interaction, we either sell or buy. So
Nice.
that's why.
That's a good concept.
Technically, it's tough, man. I mean, technically, it's true. Like, part of being human is that we sell something every day.
Yeah. No, we used to sell since we were kids. I mean, we used to sell to our parents, to go out.
Right. We're always pitching. So
Exactly.
pitching.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So how do you sell an experience? How do you do that?
Compared to our products.
Yeah. Look, experience is really something that you take longer than a product. So if you buy a phone, at some point you will need to change.
Yeah.
Right.
But experience is a memory that you could carry
Lives
a life.
lifetime.
So sales and hospitality, you just design this experience for someone that would take it for a lifetime. So our goal is always to make it remarkable
Nice.
and memorable.
There must be a lot of psychology behind that, though. When you're dealing with, you have so many different kinds of customers. You have the angry ones, the happy ones, the annoying ones, the hungry ones, and the hangry ones.
The hangry ones you gotta watch out for.
It's just that you have so many different types of customers, and then you're sitting there with the role of, I need you all to leave happy.
True.
That's one of the biggest challenges. How do you do it?
Look, from my perspective, I believe when you sell, your goal is to get this person to trust you, because the moment they trust you, they will buy whatever you're selling. So
How do you establish that trust?
look, it's showing care. It's being there whenever needed. You show your interest in the customer.
Right. Yeah.
You understand your customer and you know their needs. And if there is no need, you can create the need.
Nice. Okay. You're pretty focusing so much on them. That you study your customers in depth.
It's all about customer.
Wow. So let's talk about you specifically, from where you started to where you are now, a director of sales for one of the biggest hotels in the world.
True.
Yeah. You started as
I started at home back in 2004 as a telephone operator in a local chain back in Egypt.
Okay.
And then, step by step, I got the chance to join a multinational company.
wow,
And then, step by step,
step by step.
with passion and dedication, I believe it's
Hard work, I think. It's hard work and the work ethic you have, discipline, wanting to advance in your career.
and it comes from passion.
Comes from passion.
It's not passion
And
and
driving force of passion.
look, regardless how hard work you do, how much efforts you put,
Yeah.
if it's not your passion, you will not get there. I mean, if you work 14 hours a day, you will not be able to continue.
Right.
But if you enjoy,
I was gonna feel like it's not really working.
it's not work.
If you love your job, it'll never feel like you're working.
That's
Yeah.
the thing. So do you feel you found your passion, or did the passion find you?
No, you find your passion.
Okay.
But you try until you find like, yes, this is the job that I don't feel the time. I do it from heart, and then you keep on. And this is the main reason that makes you grow.
So you must have experimented a lot in your journey.
True.
Experimented a lot, starting from, was it a call center you said?
telephone operator. Just answer calls, just answering the calls.
And I'm sure an opportunity came to you and you said yes to it.
Absolutely.
And then that was a step up the ladder. And then now we're talking to you as a director of sales. Did you ever see yourself before getting to this level? Did you imagine you get to this level? Were you hopeful to do it?
Actually, my dream was bigger than this. And this is what I'm keep chasing.
Okay. So what is the dream then? Yeah, tell us.
Look, the dream,
Tell us the dream.
to reach at some point that level, then you teach others how to create such an experience for a guest that can carry for a lifetime.
So,
Nice.
so you would like to educate people, teach them to do exactly what you do,
No, I want to encourage them to do what they love.
what they love. So you're a motivational instructor and it's
Not necessarily in hospitality.
not necessarily hospitality.
From my perspective, I see any business or any job, it's all about people. So if you have the right people in the right position, this is what could make all the difference in whatever company or entity is looking for. So if I will take the example of hiring, so we do not hire the people who have the longest experience. We don't hire the people that they were doing the same job for a couple of years, but we hire the people that they have the right attitude, the right manners, and they can learn whatever you wanted them to learn
Charisma.
and grow. Exactly.
Is having the willingness to learn.
The right people at the right position.
Then could you define for us what a good experience is like for a customer in a hotel?
Look, it's different from a customer to another.
Yeah.
Sure.
If I'm talking about a leisure customer, completely different than a business customer, different than a family, different than a company.
Yeah.
So you cater to each customer.
Thank you.
Which is very challenging.
Yes. And you create this unique experience for them.
And you need really to touch something emotional that will get them to remember this experience and they wanted to repeat it.
I've been in such a situation before where I've been in hotels that I honestly cannot remember, but I've been in other hotels that I can still remember every moment in it because they made me live an experience.
They took care of you.
And you know what?
Made you feel like at home.
But they I think, Mark, if I'm wrong, you're an expert, they make me feel as if that I am the only customer.
That's absolutely the goal.
That is
Honestly, I felt like the building is empty and I'm the only room because they give you so much attention.
so much attention.
It's
Look, we always say that there is 3 levels of expectations from a client perspective. First is meeting expectations.
yeah.
Then is going beyond
Exceeding their expectations. Yes.
And then there is the 3rd level is the wow factor.
Okay. You leave them one.
The goal always is to reach that factor that create this need of repeating the experience or elevating it.
Nice.
So now with your experience, you've had customers from all over the world. And some customers are a bit, they're just not easy to please, right?
Yeah.
So how do you handle those certain customers that have a bad experience or whatever situation? How do you turn that and make them happy by the end?
Yeah, look, it's different from an experience to another. But again, if you really do what we call it your homework, right? What is the homework in our industry is just to get to know as much information as you can before the guest arrival. So we always ask for preference, what they like, what they dislike,
Okay.
what
ready.
make them exactly,
Okay.
what
Okay.
could make them feel that this experience is different than other hotels that they stayed at.
Okay.
What is their expectations? What, to the extent that we get to know for how many hours they are flying. And if it's a long hours, we don't get them to go to reception to check in.
Wow. So
If it's a long flight, we do it cribside check in,
Nice.
line and go straight.
But it's not much wrong. Again, this isn't, because your experience in luxury 5-star hotels.
True.
And this comes because it's a 5-star hotel, am I right? True. Because I've been in hotels that don't bother, right?
Yeah,
That 25-hour flight.
it's different because each of them have their own standards and they have their own experience to their customers.
Do you have like a specific incident that you can recall where you turned unhappy customer to a happy customer?
Yeah.
One story you want to share?
every day.
Every day.
Yeah, I mean,
Other than that,
we have
something maybe stands out to you
yeah.
from the top of your head.
Look, I would say, that's a personal experience.
Okay.
So that was in one of the hotels in the chain that I'm working at.
Okay.
And by chance, I missed the transportation.
You missed the transportation for the customer or for
No,
yourself?
for myself.
For yourself. Yeah.
So what do you mean? This is
I just arrived at the airport.
Yeah.
There should be a transportation.
okay.
Pick me up to the hotel.
Okay.
The destination was a bit different. So it was not easy to deal.
What country was that?
And I missed it. It was in KL, Kuala Lumpur.
Okay, and you missed it. So what happened after that?
And I got to call the concierge and I said, like, guys, I couldn't find the driver. And at that point, he said, where are you? Just tell me anything that close by. And I mentioned a shop. And I got, in a couple of minutes, the chef concierge was there meeting me. And not in a uniform. And I was really surprised. And I said, guys, you're not in uniform. And he said, like, no, I got to know that you lost or you couldn't find the transportation. And actually, I'm on vacation traveling. And I got to know that. And I just came to escort you to your car.
I mean, that's big.
That's a wow factor.
That's a lot to be that basic. And now that's that's a story you will never forget.
Never.
And I'm assuming, and they say the strongest form of marketing is word of mouth. Now you're walking around the world.
And I'm still thinking about this. And we could talk about it for years.
That's awesome.
What could get a chef concierge on a vacation, just waiting to, or heading to depart, to come to our client at that point, escort him to his car.
Nice. Before we end the segment, I want to ask you one question. You must have people from all over the world and different traditions, different cultures.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you learned it with time. But how important is it to actually understand these cultures, these traditions? To keep
Everyone comes from different places from the world and their own traditions.
Yeah.
And you have to kind of adapt.
And it's a fine line, by the way, because I think it's easy to do something so small and perhaps be offensive.
Yes.
To something that not taken nicely or lightly.
Yeah. Perhaps.
How do you?
Look, to be honest, I've learned this first from the people that I'm working with.
Okay.
I started in a hotel that was in Egypt, and then I moved to Qatar. And in Qatar, the team was 43 different nationalities.
Okay.
So you learn from them first. And of course, every day you have a different interactions, either with clients, with colleagues. And this is when you really got to learn. And it started with the simple things, how to say good morning in German, and then how you say good night.
So you acquired a few sentences from every language.
Look, believe it or not,
you can dabble,
at least to break the ice.
So at least how to greet them in their own language.
Exactly.
That will establish that trust you talked about.
That's the first little action and really make difference.
I know you're a people's person at the end of the day, so I'm not surprised that you easily adapted with them and you started learning something from everyone.
It's something that you really do it from heart, that you would really love. I'm very excited to meet new people.
It's always a good.
That's really something that motivates me every day, and that's what really makes the sales job.
What keeps your job exciting? Right? It keeps your job exciting.
Something that you can repeating,
changing every day.
No.
Honestly, Nizar, I think there's so much to learn from you, and we're just gonna take a little break, and we're gonna be back with way more questions.
So listen, thank you very much.
And we're back with our special guest talking about hospitality and selling an experience with Nizar.
Yes. I have a question.
Yes.
All right, this is a question that's going to be a bit weird to ask. You have a beautiful job, okay? And I'm sure a lot of people dream to have that job for one particular reason, is that you must get a lot of free things. Is it true? Or are you sort of
Free stuff you get?
did you jump into this field for a lot of the free stuff? What is it?
Is that like an exciting fact?
Can I reply this with a question?
Of course.
Okay.
What would be your favorite meal?
In a hotel?
No, in general.
A nice plate of fresh sushi.
Excellent.
Okay.
Tell me for how long you could have this beautiful plate of sushi.
Once every 3 weeks. So,
It's your favorite meal, right?
yeah, but I mean, you get bored of it.
If you will have it every day.
I guess you escape for the real food you want.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
at some point, for the sake of change, and this is really what you would enjoy in a hotel
Okay.
lifestyle somehow.
Lifestyle.
That you try everything.
Yeah.
You try, but you try for the experience.
Right.
And of course, if you are selling something, you want really to get what the guest will feel
100%.
in having such a meal or sleeping in such a bed and so on and so forth.
The iceberg and the free stuff. There's always a way deeper things as a lifestyle included.
Yeah, but
Good to know that. Good to know.
Now, I have a question.
Please.
I want to understand. Okay. 5-star hotels, 4-star hotels, 3-star hotels, motels, all these ratings, based on what?
I would say it's based on the three factors that I just mentioned a while ago. So you want to go to a hotel that will meet your expectations, or another hotel that would exceed your expectations, or such a hotel that you know there is a wow factor is waiting for you, but you don't know when you would get.
Okay, let me rephrase the question.
Please.
How do you get those stars?
As a
Certificate.
category.
What is the process?
Yeah.
The category, yes.
There is a certain category that would rate your hotel.
A global thing?
Yeah,
Standards? That's global standard for hotels?
It's okay. So if you like to meet the criteria, is to have more than one restaurant, a swimming pool, 24/7 room service. Like all these facilities, what the hotel provides as a service, and based on this, you will get the rating.
It's like a criteria of things you have to tick off.
Are there like annual checks an organization comes to ensure you're doing 1, 2, 3 to get 5 stars?
I'm sure there's a certificate.
It's a certificate based on things that you couldn't change. If you have a swimming pool,
All right.
you will not demolish a swimming pool. If you have 2 restaurants, you will not change one of them. So
Right.
it's once they'll meet those theories, and then they get you the rating.
What is the ultimate rating? Is it just 5 stars? Is that the ultimate?
Look, many people are under impression that there is more than 5 stars. Yes, as a hotel rating.
More than that. And,
Yeah.
and other countries where I think there's a 7-star hotel. I'm not sure what's expected.
Tell us about the actual.
Yeah, actually, there is no more than 5 stars.
No more.
There's no 6 stars. There's no 7 stars.
Okay.
But what we call it, there is a 5 stars hotels, and there is 5 stars luxury hotels. That means that the facilities that the hotel provides is exceeding the 5 stars. The 5 stars rating is to have more than one restaurant. But if a hotel have 5 different dining experience, that means the hotel is 5 stars luxury brand.
Luxury.
So
So little things like kind of like just give it an extra
Extra category.
absolutely.
Very interesting. And a lot of people, the thing is, I think from my personal experience, you would only appreciate a 5-star if you've tried the non-5-star. Yeah, 2-star ones, and honestly, I really appreciated a 5-star. And you only appreciate the things where you have to try something else.
Yeah. To be honest, like if you are asking me what motivates me in a hotel that I'm staying at, it's only one thing, that I feel safe and I feel secure. That's it. So if you have those 2 factors, make sure that the rest of the factors will be met. Or from an expectations perspective.
Now, from your experience, there are some customers who prefer 3-star hotels over 5-star hotels, and it's not about the money. They say it's about the experience.
Yeah.
So, why is that?
Look, again, it's all about what you are expecting. So for some clients, they don't want to be
They don't want the
bothered twice a day with a housekeeping service. Right?
Yeah.
There is customers that in the destination that they are traveling to, I know that I'm staying there for 2 nights. I have my plan that I will go first day having lunch there, and the next day I will have breakfast here. So for me, if I have this itinerary for 2 nights, I don't want to see.
You don't need
my 5 stars hotel.
And for me, different priorities should be.
But again, it's all about what you are expecting and what you are looking for. For me, if I'm traveling for leisure, I have a certain expectations that I want this to be met.
Exactly.
If I'm traveling for business, it's not the same that I'm looking for when I'm in leisure.
Yes.
So it's all about what is your motive, or what is the reason of your stay, or what you are looking for as a person during the stay. So
the thing is, you mentioned the wow factor, right?
Yep.
And I'm reflecting on my own personal experience for traveling. Do you think the wow factor is very subjective. Because I used to go to other hotels, or back in the UK, I would travel to and stay in hostels sometimes.
Yeah.
And sometimes they give me something very simple, but it was a wow factor.
True.
Something is having a breakfast or something having a kitchen, that was a wow factor. But it was very subjective. Or is there a certain standard for the wow factor?
Yeah, no, can I tell you a wow factor that it's very simple, but it makes a huge impact on the client.
Yeah, client.
We know the guest names, right? Before they come. We do what we call it, show me, you know me, is just to let the rest of the team know the face of the client,
Right.
in order to recognize them whenever they go.
Right.
And that was during COVID, and I had this client arriving, and it was myself and the general manager, and the guest was in a mask,
Yeah.
and we were at the door. We know the client because we have the show me, you know me, and I said like, welcome to Susan.
Okay.
And this is really the time that we saw this wow factor in her eyes. It's like, how did you recognize me in a mask? And it's the first time for me to come to this hotel.
That simple. It was that simple.
It was very simple action, but it has a huge impact. And it goes the other way around. If sometimes you could consider, yeah, it's very simple. If you are a repeated guest to my hotel, and instead of telling you welcome back
Yes.
to the hotel, I'm telling you welcome. So that means I did not recognize that you are not yes, and it gets at some point, if the guest is frequent traveler to this chain, it doesn't sound good because you did not recognize me. I'm a repeated guest to your hotel.
You know, once I went to an event in Dubai and they showed me these glasses that you can wear, and once you wear them, you can insert some people's faces in them. So automatically, as you're walking around, it would scan the person's face and be sort of Mission Impossible. Honestly, it would show the person's name and age and everything. And the main reason it's done is because if Ahmed was walking to a customer, he would name him. It's like, because his name is popping beside his head. The cheat sheet. You know their names. Imagine applying this future of hospitality where you have glasses and you're welcoming everyone by their first name.
That's suddenly beneficial to
That is
a factor that drives everywhere.
And honestly, technology now is supporting, like, now it's much easier to create this wow factor, not as a couple of years back when you really have to print this, stick it in every area. Now everything is just in your phone.
Yeah.
It's much easier now utilizing technology, creating such factors.
Okay. You've been on vacations before, right? Not related to your job, just your own, going on a vacation, staying at a hotel, right? How do you compare that? Because you've been at a hotel for the past 12 years,
Yeah.
right? So is it like not affecting you? Like it's a hotel.
Look,
It's been everywhere.
believe me or not,
Yeah.
we are not like all the hoteliers, I would say, they are not enjoying as much as anyone else staying at a hotel. 'Cause in everything, you will look at it from the eye of like, no, shouldn't be done, this should be like that.
Yeah.
You should knock the doors 3 times before. Like, you really look at it from a business different perspective, and you try to shut down. Like, no, now enjoy the vacation. Exactly.
You're not enjoying the moment.
You're having with it. Like, look, she's not. You're exciting here. You're
Perfect. Like, how can I make this hotel better?
Yeah, and even if you are not really communicating this, you always, it's unconscious eye that you are looking at things differently. And if you are with friends that they are not hoteliers or in this, they are looking at it, they are enjoying big time. And why they'll keep an eye like, look here, this has to be changed. This
Shampoo was air.
exactly.
I'll do the shampoo. I'll be in the room.
Yeah, like, how dare the housekeeping on the door and I'm not disturbed, you know?
If his thing is, there's this big saying in business that the customer is always right.
Oh, what do you think? What do you honestly think?
You know what they say? They say that the person that wrote the customer is always right was actually a customer.
Exactly. No, I would say,
What's your perspective?
to a certain extent, as in a hospitality industry, you want to make your client happy,
Okay.
regardless. But to a certain limit, I disagree that the customer is always right.
And you disagree?
Yeah. Why then?
Yeah.
Because if it's something that you really see or it can be done, absolutely they are right.
Okay.
But if
There are circumstances when they are in the wrong.
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
it's not.
Okay.
I had one of inspiring leaders who was telling me the customer's always right at the supermarket.
At the supermarket.
Yeah. It's not really something that you can take for granted in anything from a client.
Because fine line between them.
Yeah, we are customers. I mean, to a certain level, yes, we are right.
Yes.
But if you really exceed this limit, no.
Right. No. Now, with dealing with customers every day, you always have to be in this happy mood, smile on the face, right?
True.
So how do you keep up with that? Always having a smile on the face, regardless of what's going inside and upstairs or in here. How do you handle that?
Really, I would go back to what I said at the beginning.
Yes.
If it's not your passion, you will not be able to do this. You will do it because you will be twisting.
Yeah.
But you cannot work every day
So do you ever
in a twist.
find yourself faking a smile?
Look, not faking, because faking a smile, it's very obvious even on the phone.
True.
Seriously.
Because people can hear it. 100%. I agree with you. Like,
They hear it, they feel it, they
absolutely, absolutely.
big time. Like
Yeah.
during COVID time, many of our interactions, the face-to-face interactions, has been replaced with meeting and so on. And believe me, it's the same as face-to-face. I really feel if you are interested in the call or you are not.
Yeah.
If you want really to tick a box,
You can feel the energy.
well, exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
You feel the smile, you feel the energy, you feel the passion, like everything. It seems as well in face-to-face. So answering your question, really, if you're doing it from your heart, you don't have to fake it. It will come very natural and come very nice.
Since you've had this amazing experience, you should, I would like you to give us an advice to our viewers and everyone. How do we choose a good hotel?
Choose the hotel that you will feel you will be taken care of, that you will be safe, that you have someone is taking care of you in case of anything happen.
Can we say that choose the hotel that makes you feel at home?
Look, I call my hotel is home away from home. So, and if you will really look at it, what do you feel at home? You feel cared of,
Safe.
feel safe.
100%.
That's exactly. That's exactly the same.
Beautiful discussion. Honestly, thank you so much for the readings. Beautiful. Very much for having me. We're talking to an expert here. I wish you all the best in your career.
Thank you very much. Much appreciated.
Shall we take a break for the end?
Yeah, sure. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back. We're back from the break and we can finally conclude and wrap up this episode.
Yes.
What do you think?
What an experience just listening to him and his career,
Yeah.
time he spent, where he started and where he is today, starting from the bottom and now we're here. You know?
Exactly, yeah.
Amazing. I love a wonderful character as well, you know?
Yeah, he's in the business of smiles.
Yes.
He's very knowledgeable.
And driven by passion.
Exactly.
And he's not in it for the free stuff.
All right, let's wrap it up. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next episode with another Untold story
Yes.
and another guest. Thank you.
Good night.